away with you, Wormtongue.
Oh,
Boromir, unclap those hands. And that is called taking out the trash.
nice.
Is this like a metaphor for, like you're the antibodies, fighting the virus while the body suffers?
Exactly. White blood cell. Never heard of no grey blood cell.
I was off balance.
Oh, don't be so sour grapes, man.
Oh, is that how he got his name? Sour Man.
The only wizard that looked like he was constantly sucking on a lemon. Don't talk about an absolute twat.
I always preferred your brother. Thank you very much.
Oh, maybe I misjudged you, Saruman. Maybe we shall have peace. Oh, he only likes you because he can push you around. As soon as someone his own size comes in, he can't hack it.
He's more fun, and he provides me with the halfling leaf.
I do that.
Can I maybe sit in the main room?
Not until you've grown at least 40 avocado plants.
Final humiliation. I, who once took such glee in making you spin around and around and around and around, have been embarrassingly cast aside like a little dolly.
And that's what you get when you tussle with the best, Gandalf. Believe they call that an interdimensional knockout. You're crying blood, Saruman.
No, it's just bad hay fever.
Oh, this isn't just turning lights on and off anymore. Bringing a man back from death's door and an entire makeover.
That's the power of magic.
Oh, do me. Do me. Oof. How do I look, guys?
You botched it. He looks better. More distinguished. I could do you if you like, little brother. Bit of Whiz-Visalign. I can do myself if I wanted.
What happened to his hair?
Just went back to normal.
But what? What physically happened to it?
Got shorter and blonder.
So was it not there in the first place? Was it magic hair? And underneath it was this hair? I get that he's all old and gross because Saruman was possessing him.
Guilty.
And while he was getting all old and gross, his hair got all long and straggly. But then shouldn't he need to have a haircut afterwards to get his old hair back? Why does his hair remember what it looked like before? Does my hair have a memory?
Boromir, you spent the entirety of the first film giving Gandalf grief for not doing enough magic. And now he's finally performed a genuine miracle. You're getting hung up on how that's possible without getting a haircut first.
Okay. Just be fine with being mystified, I guess. I'm being too inquisitive. But it doesn't make sense to me. Makes me worry that my hair is alive, and I don't like the implications of that.
Gandalf accidentally went a bit far with that spell, actually.
Oh? In what way?
I mean, he looks good here, but keep an eye on him. As the film goes on, he keeps getting progressively blonder.
I had noticed that, actually.
Yeah, I forgot to stipulate an end condition on the spell, so it just sort of kept going. His beard's basically green by the end of the film.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Deal.
Your fingers would remember their old strength better if they grasped your sword.
Maybe let him ease into it, Gandalf. Not throw him straight into combat. I mean, he'll throw his back out.
Oh yeah, we should all just stand round in a tight circle while old weak fingers over here flails his sword around.
He's the king, and if the king wants us to form a tight circle while his weak fingers struggle to hold on to a keen blade, then that is what the king shall have.
That's good to know for the future.
Oh wow. Yeah, that... Maybe it's just this sword. It makes you feel strong, this one. The leather bit has the grip. That's why they put it there. Oh, I know what we should do.
You see, the game's not over yet. You have won this round, Gandalf, but you have not won the war. My servant is still deeply embedded in the court of Rohan. and he can still bring about its downfall. Just watch him make his next insidious move. Maybe this was pretty much game over for the plan.
You think it's possible you place a little too much faith in Wormtongue, Saruman?
I really thought one sniveling loser was enough to bring down an entire kingdom, yes. But I can now see that there were flaws in my strategy.
Kill him.
Send me not from your
Kill him.
Kill him.
Kill him!
Kill him! Chop him up into little bits! Grima sashimi! Sir Grima!
Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
No, my lord. Enough blood has been spilled on his account.
Oh, that always goes well. The old let the villain live another day thing.
I find that in those circumstances, the villain almost always regrets their life of crime and reforms as a pillar of the community.
He'll set up a bakery, I bet.
The last thing he'd do is return to his master and leak several state secrets that lead inevitably to the deaths of many innocents.
Furthest thing from his mind, I imagine.
Nice one, Aragorn.
Sorry, guys. My bad.
Oh, that was not so courteous.
Where is Theodeon? Where is my son?
No one? Right. Guess I'll tell him then.
Bello quel avalen oriende.
Did anyone ask her to do that?
Grief does funny things to a person, including belting out coarse acapella, whether it's called for or not.
I'd have killed for some throaty acapella at my funeral. Better than just flipping someone down a waterfall.
We were short on time, and we're not experienced undertakers.
Well, you are crying at least.
At least you got a funeral.
The young perish and the old linger.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Yup. Survival of the fittest. Or at least the wiliest.
Survival of those that sends others on a suicide mission, or putting their feet up at home.
As I said, wiliest.
Cedric's death was not of your making.
Wasn't really of anyone's making.
That's not what I was saying.
Seeing this, I can see why Theoden was so reluctant to sue for peace after, the settling of the dust.
Eaten by a heron.
Happens more often than you'd think in elfdom. Eaten by a great heron.
Isn't that ducklings?
There's more crossover than you'd think.
Oh, you were so close, kid. Now that's a collarbone breaker if I ever saw one.
Now the wild men are moving through the Westfold, burning as they go. Rick Cotton Tree.
No!
What?
Richard Cottontree. I spent a night at his inn on my way to Rivendell. Good chap.
She's saying Rick, Cot and Tree.
Oh, so Rick's all right.
Well, he may still be dead. If he stood too close to any of the burning ricks, cots, or trees.
Where is Mama?
God, this feels progressive and modern. It just passed the Bechdel test for the second time.
I like Two Towers as much as the next elf, Gandalf. But I really think Where's Mama? Shh. Is not the sort of scene Alison Bechdel had in mind when she came up with the Bechdel test.
This is but a taste of the terror that Saruman will unleash.
Just a little sample to whet your appetites.
Oh, like a slaughter starter. And sometimes I just order 3 starters and no main.
3 starters? That is insane.
It's fine if it's like a small plates thing.
And triple pud.
Can't have triple pud. I mean, that really is insane.
Ride out and meet him head on. Draw him away from your women and children.
Did you seriously think if you met Saruman's force in the open, that would keep the women and children safe?
Yeah, we just send a smaller force to overwhelm the women and the children.
I hate all this hiding and cowering. I prefer to take them on manor to manor. But there's a 10 times ratio on casualties for defending a siege compared to the open field. You'd have been lambs to the slaughter. Better to have an end worthy of song.
Did you say that to
Maybe.
Eomer is loyal to you. His men will return and fight for their king.
They will be 300 leagues from here by now.
Why not send a moth? You know moths are great at communicating with eagles. Not so much with humans.
Ah, if only he'd had fiber optic broadband the horse. Then he'd been able to catch up to them.
And you only had a rough direction. You'd have had to send 100 riders like this.
Why not send a moth? You know moths are great at communicating with eagles. Not so great with humans. I guess Theoden owed Eomer quite a heartfelt, grovelling apology. You wouldn't want to leave that to a moth.
Oh, don't say that. Gandalf would spend another hour catching moths again.
Come on, my dear. Come on, learn the ways of the eagle. Hello? Hello? All right. Sleeping.
Once more into the breach.
Eomer cannot help us.
Kind of thought that restoring Theoden to his wits would turn him into a decisive leader who took action in the interests of his people.
No. I'd say one of his defining qualities as a king is deciding not to do the thing that would obviously help.
So driving out Saruman and restoring him to his wits was kind of pointless.
Well, ultimately not, because let me get this straight. Your big cool moment in this film is turning an old doddery dude with an evil wizard in his brain into a slightly less doddery dude who nevertheless continues to obstruct the obvious correct path. Well, it's one of my big moments. No, that's cool. My big moment was killing an actual demon. So just checking.
I know what it is you want of me, but I will not bring further death to my people.
Can I just say, what with the monarch getting possessed and all, was such a close one. I think the first thing we should do is create a constitution amendment that if you become old or infirm, an abdication or some kind of, I don't know, like a stewardship would be...
You would say that, but yeah.
Fit for office kind of yearly checker.
The Numenorian lives to over 150. That would not do to have a one-size-fits-all abdication rule for all kingdoms of men.
As a man of office, I think we should try
Samwise. I think the lords of Middle-earth want policy consulting from a hobbit garden.
I was made mayor of the Shire, thank you very much.
Yeah, and that's great for deciding how to divide the year's marrow harvest, but this is serious business.
I like to take advice from all my subjects, no matter how lowly their status.
Fine. What were you going to say?
As I was saying, have you thought of a pumpkin tax?
Oh, yeah, Aragorn. A levy on the pumpkins. Had you thought of that, Aragorn?
Okay, I think I'm going to rethink my open office hours policy.
Stick to trimming the verd.
What it is you want of me, but I will not bring further death to my people.
Oh, right. Yeah, I can't wait to see what magic solution he's got up his sleeve for this.
He could have sued for peace.
You said the world of men would fall.
Yeah, he doesn't know that, though. Worth a shot.
Open war is upon you. Whether you would risk it or not.
Oh, Aragorn. He is not going to like that.
I was riding to war for Rohan when he was still in his nappy.
If there's one person who does not like being told what to do, it is Theoden, son of Thingol.
What about father?
Okay, second least person.
When last I looked, Theoden, not Aragorn, was king of Rohan.
How often is he checking?
Constantly had to be reminded by his advisors. Bit of a Joe Biden situation.
Doing a fine job of it, too. Slowly turning into a big cobweb while everyone gets massacred.
Oh, we're not alone.
I thought that was for farts.
Works for burps, too.
We make for the refuge of Helm's Deep. Do not
Helm's Deep? I mean, I can see the merit, but you're horse lords. You're negating your greatest asset by laying up a siege.
Oh, you could have the horses defend as well. Side by side. Whenever the Uruks climb up, they could have a horse at the top standing backwards, and then a well-timed slap on the butt, and then they'd kick them down.
Yeah, they don't really have time to train that, but keep it in your back pocket.
It's best for his people. Helm's Deep has saved them in the past.
There is no way.
Well done, Hera.
Hera?
You know, Helm's daughter. Oh, read a book.
Never heard of her.
Oh, she's not in any of the stories, but I met her. She was real.
Please subscribe to our channel. You will be the subscriber of the ring. Yeah?
Theoden is walking into a trap. He thinks he's leading them to safety. What they will get is a massacre.
They have 300 men, right?
Round that, yes.
So clearly they'd be massacred if they stayed there as well. Conveniently left that bit out.
Well, it's less poignant if I just say they're getting massacred either way.
Lath spell. Either way, Lath spell.
Survival of Rohan. He will need you before the end, Aragorn.
I was like, oh, I'm going to the thing you just said was going to be a guaranteed massacre.
With you, they might last a little longer.
To save the guy who just ignored my advice and embarrassed me in front of the whole war council.
And what are you doing, big brother?
Raising some troops.
Oh, raise some troops. You're the only one who doesn't have to be part of the massacre.
I'm the swiftest rider, and I'm coordinating the whole thing.
The Grey Pilgrim. That's what they used to call me.
Literally nobody called me that in the entire first movie.
I don't pay attention to what people call you. I call you Bean Breath, so I'm not a good authority on the subject.
Where did you pilgrimage to?
Nowhere in particular. Just about.
Can't pilgrimage just about. It has to be to somewhere.
The Mecca of potheads.
Call me. 300 lives of men. I walk this earth, and now I have...
Gandalf? Grey pissy Gandalf. You've lived 300 lives of men.
Yes, Boromir.
Well, I heard that your nose and ears are the only things that keep growing as you get older.
So?
So, just 300 lives of men? I mean, at this point, shouldn't you be mostly nose? Predominantly hunker?
You're imagining me, but instead of me, it's just a giant nose where my torso should be, aren't you?
Well, I wasn't, but yeah, I am now.
Well, I am glad that you can have a nice little moment to yourself, but can we retain our focus, please?
Look to my coming. At first light on the 5th day.
So just to be clear, you've just said your search hopefully won't be in vain. So you might not find anyone.
Yes.
And yet, you've given an exact time when you're going to show up. Instead of just being like, as soon as I get people, I'm coming.
What is your issue, Lord Elrond?
Bless you. That Gimli son of Gloin.
What is your issue, Lord Elrond?
Well, just you could either be showing up on your lonesome, fat lot of help to anyone, or hundreds may die just while you wait to keep your promise.
It's a cool line, though.
It is, Elrond. Let him off. We can be a lot more forgiving of someone if they say something dumb, but in a cool way.
Turns up, makes a big song and dance, restores one stubborn and ineffectual monarch to the throne, and enables him to enact a plan he openly thinks is bad. F*** off.
I was busy. I'd been booked in to give an award out at a fancy gala, and they couldn't make the second half of the movie line up with my schedule.
Or quite a bit of the first half.
Don't be jealous of my busy schedule, Bean Breath. Green is an ugly colour on you.
At first light on the 5th day. At dawn, look to the east.
Sorry, I'm not sure I'm fully satisfied by this. How did you know you'd be there at exactly dawn?
Okay, it's a wizard power. Seeing the future. Knowing how things would pan out. That sort of thing.
You can see the future.
Well, how else would I know that I'd get there at exactly dawn on the 5th day?
You didn't think that could be a useful power for anything other than making a dramatic entrance?
I'd like to make it clear that this isn't a power that I have.
Good. Because if you had, it would have been nice if you'd helped me to not die.
What else could I possibly have done with that power?
Well, off the top of my head, in the immediate chronological vicinity, telling Aragorn it would have been actually a good idea if he'd killed Wormtongue.
Well, hindsight is a wonderful thing.
That you don't experience because you can see the future.
Yeah. Well, look, it's been great, guys, but I better leave you to it.
Typical. Off through f***s again. No interest in seeing what everyone else got up to without you.
This bunch of sad sacks. No, thank you. Look to my coming at, well, what time is it now? 7:30. Look to my coming at about 10 to 9.
Well, you're coming back for your dramatic return. You're insufferable.
What are you doing in the meantime?
Hit the casino, reckon. Booty call. Later, losers.
Turn this fellow free. He has seen enough of war.
Oh, I see a horse can get an honorable discharge from Helm's Deep.
I'd say acting all mad and kicking people would be considered a dishonorable discharge.
I don't care about the honor. It's the discharge bit I'm bothered about.
Gandalf the White. Gandalf the Fool.
Oh, right, okay. Gloves are off then.
I never thought you'd see this.
Oh, this is when the gloves are off. He's been trying to destroy the world of men. Two can play at that game. Saruman the White, more like Saruman the Stinky.
I have a condition.
I thought you were going. Yes, I am.
I remember that. At Helm's Deep, all we ate was apples.
It was one night.
An entire day of apples gets pretty boring.
You've some skill with a blade.
Some skill. What a neg.
Might as well have said, not bad for a girl.
Oh, Aragorn's got a lot of internalized misogyny, I see.
She nearly cleaved my head straight off. I mean, what do you want me to say? Blade skill's good. Zero spatial awareness.
Wouldn't have been good for the fate of the world. Flailing a sword directly into the chest of the last true king.
What do you fear, my lady?
Now this is a romance I can get behind. Everybody standing Aragorn and my daughter, when nothing could be further from the truth. They're just friends.
Don't forget that bit in Fellowship where they kissed.
A friendly kiss. Said it himself. It's clear to me that this is where Aragorn's heart lies. He's just met the love of his life. You can tell from all the questions he asked her. Look how interested he is.
I was kind of bored.
That's lust. They're very close emotional states.
Oh, it makes sense that you would confuse basic facial expressions. You have the permanently furrowed brow.
You guys can make fun as much as you like, but I know electric chemistry when I see it. These two are gonna bang. They're bangers, these two. What a romantic scene. The sparks were flying.
I literally said 3 sentences each.
3 very sexy sentences.
Think if a friend of mine came back from a date and I said, how did it go? And they said, not bad. We said 3 sentences and the date lasted 1 minute and 25 seconds. I probably wouldn't be predicting wedding bells.
You're a cynic.
Please bestow a like and a subscribe to help us get to 1 million subscribers. Send it to a mate. You can see the next episode here, or you've got the Fellowship playlist here. Thanks to everyone who supports us through Patreon or memberships, as well as everyone that watches.